My name is ballerscuba. This is Video Games Over Time! We are still in 1987, and we are still in Zelda II, The Adventure of Link. We last left off, we got the hammer, a very useful world map item that allows us to destroy boulders, and then we went back and healed. Let's go ahead and try to take advantage of this in other places along the world map anytime you get something like that. Usually useful in several different spots. All right. Yeah, you guys are just annoying. All right. Well, sure. Heal and get a little bit of magic back. I do want to get up to that next level pretty soon here, but we need to destroy that boulder and head in here. Anything that a boulder appears to be blocking, we're going to try to go for that today. All right. I think I'll be fine here. Oh, well, let's go ahead and cast shield. It'll save me some time. None of that is hitting him? All right. Tried to turn around, didn't get it done fast enough. All right, well, we got through that. That's the important part, I guess. And over here, we can find ourselves a heart container. We can get ourselves another bar of life. I believe that is now, yeah, it's 6 for both. 6 bars of magic, 6 bars of life. And no, I can't do anything about this enemy right now. He is invincible somehow. For now. Do I want to go back and heal? Should be fine. Fingers crossed. We do have a little bit more of a journey to go through, though. We're going to head back to kind of where the town of Saria is, over to where the swamp is. I didn't want to get into a fight. Thank you, though. I do need to do some level grinding, but not now. Oh, fairy. Ow. Actually, not what I needed. All right, let's just get through that. I will deal with level grinding when I have to. All right, let's make sure I'm not in the swamp yet. There we go. I will take that. Just randomly try to get the timing right. There we go. If you're close enough that I can stab you, then you're good. Okay, let's head up here and, yeah, this time specifically get into fights with bots so that I can take out Octoroks. If I get into the other fight, I was about to say I risk a chance of getting hit, but apparently that happens anyway. All right, let's head into this cave here in the swamp. Right. I don't know why I expected him to go the other way. Yep, just too many. Just too many. Okay, there. I will take that. Really? And then that one didn't fire it. All right, let's just slowly get out of here. There, we made it. All right, and then I'm going to need to cast a shield here. All right, if I jump more, I might be able to take them out a little bit easier, but I think that we have, yeah, we have the red ones coming now. Okay, one more. There we go. You're gone. Somehow, like, I got better at these than the easier enemies. I don't know how that happened, but I will accept it. Ah! There was not much I could do about that because he did one of his double axe things, and there's only so much that I can do about that. No, just seriously, hit him. All right, all the way over here we get. This is the Water of Life. This is another key item. Somebody in a town wants this one, so we will go and take it to them. And I'm just gonna go ahead and heal. Just to be safe. I think I'm on the last, yeah, I'm on my last life, right? Ugh, of course. Okay. As long as I duck in time for these guys, we should be good. Oh, well, that is something that I want. And I got hit for it. All right, let's get out of here. And we will deal with this. And then we will go to the town of Saria and heal. I don't see a point in not doing that. It's a little bit of time, but it's right here. Oh, well. There we go. I think that's good enough. That's good enough. We can go to the right. We don't need to go to Saria and cross that bridge. We can just go across the road here. And we can destroy that. Get into another fight that I don't care about. And we can head all the way to the right where we can find another town. Let's head in there. Made it just in time. This is the Harbor Town of Mido. There's a few things that we're going to need to do here. First is, actually I don't need to talk to you, but we're going to anyway. I think the people just kind of walking around say the same thing as everybody else that just walks around. So we'll head in here. You have anything good to say? Ask Error of Ruto about the palace. Interesting. So Error is important again. Just like his friend Bug, who's called Bagu. Do you have anything important to say? The island palace in the south has a raft. I will need a raft. Feel like we should, there's an entrance up there. And the magic healer is right here. Okay, so let's deal with this first. We're gonna need jump for this. And it's not an easy jump. You gotta time it just right. I was practicing a little bit earlier because it wasn't working out for me, but we can head in here. This is one of the most important parts of the game. Get into this like church or whatever it's supposed to be and head to the bottom where we can find not a wise man, but a soldier. And you have to talk to soldiers. You can't just walk into them. When you jump, press downward to stab. And we get like an old school, like you did it thing. We don't get those too often. And so we get access to, I call it the downward thrust. It's also called the down thrust. Remember we saw the Stalfos doing that. We now can do this. You couldn't do it before. You needed the upgrade from the soldier to do it. But now we have one of the best mechanics of the game. I'll be using this in fighting for quite some time moving forward. Now we can talk to you and get healed, and then we can move on. Okay. Now we can deal with you. You just came out of here, so you have the actual wise man. The water of life. Quick, come with me. If you didn't have it yet, she would just say, please, my daughter is sick, help her. But now we have the potion for the people in town. Where's the daughter? Where's the old woman? Don't know, but now we have access to the wise man that's down here. That's how the game works. Again, I don't have to hit him. I just walk into him. This magic word will give you power. I think that is a terrible translation. We got access to fairy, and they basically didn't describe what it does at all. Fairy, though, will turn you into a fairy, and because you're a fairy, you can fly. It's useful when you want to avoid certain enemies on the ground, but mostly it's just kind of used to get through a dungeon. Like, it's not nearly as powerful as it sounds, it's just kind of necessary for other dungeons. That's just kind of how that works. Okay, so I have about 700 experience to go. To get to the next level, and that's what's recommended, so I'll probably spend some time dealing with that. As long as I'm close to town here, we should be good. That's it for town, by the way. Some people recommend going into the graveyard, but there are enemies there that can drain your experience when you get hit, so I wouldn't really recommend that. Then again, it's better than these fights. This is not a good fight. Yeah, especially since they only give like 5 experience each, and there's just all these fireballs coming at you all the time. They're not technically fireballs, but they look like fireballs to me. So I have to do some level grinding. I will meet you on the other side of that once I get up to 1500 experience, and I believe that will increase my life. if I do that one. But I'll meet you when I get there. Okay, leveled up. Now you can see 4, 5, 6. My next level is at 2000. So let's now head back to Error and see if Error can't tell us some more information. I already know what we need to do. You don't have to talk to him to do it, but I feel like the game is pointing us that way, so we might as well do it. But I feel like that was just kind of an excuse to head up here. I believe that I have the city right. I believe it is this one over here. It's a little bit of a journey, but not too bad. What's the name of this town? This is Ruto. Error of Ruto sounds correct to me. So let's see if we can't find Error. I would love if every town was designed that way, just for the record. Just put the healers out front. Error. All right. South of King's Tomb in Mido is a tunnel. Okay. So let's head back. Now that we have the information that we need, I guess we were supposed to level grind during our journey here, but it was practically all on the road, so I feel like that should not be expected to be grinding time, so to speak. All right, so let's head out and see if we can't at least find the King's Tomb, and then maybe we can find some sort of tunnel there. Made it back on the road just barely. Okay, we'll go south out of here. I don't know why these boulders reset. Somebody is making a lot of money replacing boulders, thanks to me. But we need to go find the King's Tomb, which I believe is south from here. We can go through the cemetery at least, and we should find it. We'll go through these fights. I don't like dropping down. I don't trust that I'm going to be able to do it without getting hit. Okay, there we go. And no, I was already in the air. All right, I went too far. But either way, we can make it to this one spot in the middle. Anything that kind of stands out like that, probably going to be important. This is King's Tomb. Okay, so now we need to go find a tunnel, and this will eventually lead us to an island, we hope. Let's go ahead and head south from here, as we were told. And eventually you'll fall down a hole and get hit when you land, because that's what the game wants me to do. Got a pee bag out of it, 50. Not necessarily worth it, but I'll see what I can do. I should have been down thrusting, to be honest, but I landed. All right, we'll find a wall over here to the right. We can't climb that because it's too far for us to jump. And over here, I believe, is just the way out. So what we need to do is use our new fairy spell. And then once you're a fairy, you just have to stay as a fairy, and then you control with the D-pad, kind of like that. Okay. Now, I believe I can actually kill you for the first time. Down thrust. 3 points. They're no longer invincible. I have found their weakness, and it is gravity. All right, that's just mean. All right, down thrust. Like I said, I was going to be using it in fights a lot. Yeah. Let's start using it in fights a lot. All right, we made it where we need to go. We made it to the island. Okay, yeah, like I said, like it's just so difficult to space yourself right where you need to be. All right, it's not, no, damn it. I got that one. I might have jumped right after it spawned, but I feel like I didn't have enough time. Fun. I'll be right back. Okay, that took a little bit to fix, but I do have a new copy of the game, and I was able to transfer basically everything that happened over to this one. So hopefully we can go into the palace and it won't glitch on me. Hooray, it worked. Yeah, I've already tested it. I already knew it was going to. I'm gonna leave that one alone because I've already dealt with it and I don't want to get in fights with red iron knuckles. We are good to go. Let's head inside. Oh, this is not going to be a fun one. This is going to be a difficult one. All right, so we're gonna head down here. We're gonna cast shield and then we are going to find a new enemy. You want to down thrust this guy as best as you can because he's got like a morning star mace thing that he throws that you can't block. Okay, now we have the Stalfos. Let's try to get it so you can't really do a full jump. It still hurts when you do it though. Thought I was ducking. All right. Already we're at 2/3 health and I've barely made it through the first room. This isn't boding well. All right, this room, do not down thrust. Those blocks are breakable. So try to avoid them as you can. I had to down thrust a little bit there to avoid getting hit, but we are able to make it through. Okay, once again, just kind of go fast. Try to avoid getting hit by blocks. Not the easiest thing to do. And avoid getting hit by the fire from the Moas up there. And we are good. All right, this one, once again, try not to down thrust unless you have to in order to get this key. If you don't have down thrust, you can't make it through this dungeon. All right, well, that is useful. Now I'm going to have to down thrust because that is how I fight you. I'm trying to avoid shield, but it probably would have been best. All for the sake of experience, huh? Let's go ahead and cast life. We're still at 2/3. Okay, we're gonna cast jump here in order to avoid fights with all of the iron knuckles. And yeah, you guys jump so far when you come off the edge. You do need to make it up here eventually, and then we can get into a fight with a red Stalfos. Not too bad. And then do we want to go into this one? Yes, I think we want to go right. No, yeah, I don't think you drop anything. Okay. This will take us outside. Not too often we get to go outside. Yeah, fire, of course. There we go, 100 more, and I can get a key out of it. And then I am gonna have to make a break for the entrance here. To try to get fully healed? That's what it looks like to me. I don't know if they're going to respawn the difficult enemies on me, though. Let's see what I can do. Alright, so far so good. You're going backwards is much harder. Okay, I can't heal. So all we're gonna have to do, well, we'll do it in the next room. Okay, this one is just this. So it shouldn't be too bad. Can we make it out? I've only made it 3 rooms into this difficult dungeon and I'm already fleeing for my life. Can we do it? We made it. All right. So we basically have to do that all over again. I'm going to try to deal with a whole bunch of iron knuckles and red magic jars, and I'll meet you when I'm fully healed again. Well, that was lucky. I got 3 red magic jars in a row, so no big deal there. Let's do this again. I believe that everything has respawned, so we will need that shield again. It's not like I'm better at this. somehow we made it through that without getting hit. That was just kind of bad hitboxes, I think. Yeah, there was only a matter of time. There we go. All right, not the worst, but, you know, could have been better. Really, of course. There, go down. Okay, this time we do want to go down the elevator that we saw. Somehow made it through that. And the game's not necessarily going to get a lot easier, but, you know, the downward thrust is definitely going to help. Just keeping an eye on blocks and fire at this point. Should be good. All right, let's cast shield here. Let's be smarter about it this time. Yeah. Really? Is this making up for the last time? I think it is. All right, but we already got the key. I think I can make these jumps without jump, but why would I bother? All right. Okay. You don't want to fight the iron knuckles. Not if you can help it. The enemies are tough around here as is. Okay. Hey, that's what I like to see. We do that, and then that. Almost back up to full. That's actually really good. So I'm going to drop another save state here because things are not going to get easier. They're only going to get harder. We'll head down. And from here, do we want to head right or left? I should be looking ahead more often. We want to go right. Okay. Really? Just right off the bat with that. And he keeps coming at me. All right, let's... Oh, now there's two. Because why wouldn't there be two? Notice how they're not giving a ton of experience, even though they're very annoying. Okay. Yeah, you need to be able to destroy blocks. You need to have downward thrust. And you need to have a key. Well, come on now. There we go. Give me that. It's not a good sign when the iron knuckles are not enough for me to even think about putting on the shield. Okay. You can knock yourself off that if you're not careful. Somehow I remember the timing on that as well. And now we have a blue iron knuckle. Yeah, just kind of hope for the best. Okay, so he like spams sometimes and then he slows down. This is the spamming. Okay, then he slows down. Ah. Okay. No. No. What? Is he not dead? Is all right. Yeah. That's why we have the save states. Okay, let's head down. And we will deal with him more effectively. We'll deal with everything more effectively. Okay, I don't think it's technically this room. Okay, you just need to go where I'm not gonna land on you. I don't care where. Okay. Right off the bat. Down you go, give me that. You respawned on me, which is not nice at all. Away you go. Okay, you were good there. And then we will shield here. Okay, one down. Now we got you to go. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why am I not doing it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Couldn't get there. No. Why aren't you dead yet? Okay. Really? Why? There, dead! Alright, we got through it. We got the raft. Okay. Let's head back. There is a red magic jar somewhere around here. I believe it's all the way back at the elevator. So now that we have gotten through that, yeah, those are going to become more common, those blue iron knuckles. Those, you're just constantly in a spot where I will die if I jump. Okay. That's where we got the key. Don't you do it. Careful, just hold right. Don't fall off that. Okay. Which one is it? It's to the left. Okay, so we'll need jump for this. Uses our magic, but don't worry. Red magic jar, right? There it is. For a second, I was afraid it wasn't going to come. Okay. And then we can cast life. No! Alright, just make a break for it. These things are just annoying. Okay. We made it through. I'm gonna drop a different save, just in case. Okay. We got it. We're just going to head over to the left. Alright, you're not the worst thing. Alright? You're fine. Okay, after we deal with that, the red magic jar we got could also spawn a red iron knuckle. Just leave the room and come back if that happens. Yeah, we want to ignore the elevator. Where are these guys? There we go. Yeah, if I don't land the shot, then he hits me. That's kind of how that works. Almost wanted to drop another save there. Okay. We're just gonna make it through this. And then I'm gonna need that key. Of course. Should've just made a break for it when I could. Oh my god, there's so many. What are you guys doing to me? Just let me... Okay. Now this is just annoying. This isn't hard, right? It's just frustrating. Did I turn around for a second? Is that what happened? I'm getting frustrated, and so I'm playing even worse than I've been this whole time. Let's face it, I think I can still make that there. The game glitching out on me has made me so much worse overall. All right, we're gonna have to do that. And I might have to leave and come back. It's getting bad. But let's at least make it to this elevator. How much more do I have to go? I'm not seeing too much left here. I'm gonna head back on my own and get full everything, and then meet you back at this elevator. Actually, it turns out I can't even get out of here because I don't have enough to cast jump, which is needed to get back out. So we basically have to die or find a red magic jar or something. Chances are it's going to be death, which is going to give us, I believe, our first game over. Oh, there's a pea bag up there. I can't get it. I don't have jump. All right, come on. Really? All right. We're gonna get our first game over here. I should have casted shield, but I'm not even sure I have enough for that. All right. Well, we're gonna have to go down here, aren't we? I don't have a choice. I don't have enough magic to deal with any of this. All right. Yeah, the blue iron knuckle. One of my least favorite enemies in the game, and it just takes some time to get used to how he works. All right, so we've died. Because I'm out of lives, we get game over, Return of Ganon. We can just kind of continue from here. It's not the worst punishment in the world. You lose all your experience, which kind of sucks because I was close to getting it. The next level, but then you respawn at the North Palace. So all you lose is experience and your location. So I'm gonna meet you back at the elevator, and hopefully I have some experience and a lot better health and stuff like that. Okay, we made it back here. I lost out on the experience, which is actually going to be a pretty big deal, I think, at some point. So we're going to see what we can do. It's not going to be easy, but we'll do what we can here. I'm going to take out you. Okay, then I'm going to cast jump and shield while we're here. And get this, puts me at 640, and then we have you. You are a nightmare with jump, actually. Still got hit twice already? It is so hard to really... I was holding down. That was not good at all. I don't think we're gonna do this well. Okay, so I am told I should go down here. Do I have enough for shield anymore? No. Already, this is going terribly. All right, so it looks like I'm not going to be able to jump here, but I actually can. There, and I got a pea bag out of that, and we're up to 1,000. You know what? That might end up being worth it at the end. I don't know, though. You can make this jump. But yeah, it just kind of felt like I was spamming to get this to work. So the way that this is supposed to work is you're supposed to take that guy out first. Obviously, that didn't happen, but hey... we get another try at it. So let's see what we can do, because this Blue Knight is going to be a hassle. A pretty big hassle for me, as it turns out. Okay, and I can't tell if the bottom one respawned. I do need to farm these guys for experience. And that's like the worst thing. All right, let's get a shield going at least. And my goal is to get within... get above 1,700 experience. That's the goal. And it will pan out at the end, I swear. Okay, so this person's not even here anymore, which is not a good sign, but let's go ahead and try to take out the others at least. Come on. Gotta get like a running start. There. They don't make that easy, some of these jumps. Okay. I'm just gonna spam it and hope for the best. I'm hitting A and B together as quickly as I can. That was the goal. Okay, and we did it. So we're up to 1290 now. Like I said, I'm gonna need to get to 1,700. So I'm hoping that if I leave this room and come back, the enemies will respawn. They do not. Okay. That's gonna be a bit of an issue because I'm gonna lose out on a lot of experience if I'm not up to 1,700 here. That's actually kind of a big deal. So I'm gonna do some level grinding and I'll be back. All right, made it back here. Was hoping for more health and more magic than what I have, but at least I have 1700 experience for boss time. You knew it was coming, didn't you? And we are up against, turns out the name is Rebonak. It is a blue iron knuckle on a horse. At least that's how I interpret what I am seeing. What you want to do is jump over him and downward thrust, down thrust on him. That is how you do damage, at least to start here. There we go. Try to hit him and not the horse if you can, but sometimes you gotta land on the right spot on the horse. Too early there. Should not be taking damage at this point. Come at me. What is going on? What happened to all my timing? I was doing okay, and then I wasn't. I should probably just kind of chase him down. There we go. I believe at the halfway mark, something will happen. Well, that's the halfway mark. Maybe one more. There we go. All right. Then, basically, he turns into what appears to be a normal iron knuckle. Let's get some life back there. Once he goes down, I'm going to go for the jump attack. What? God. And I have to lure him back so that he stays on screen. He can back up off the screen because that's just the way it works sometimes. Oh, come on. All right, we got another one. Okay, I got a few hits in there. I'm trying to back up, but they're not giving me a lot of options there. Are you serious? Even after the life? All right, we barely made it through that one. And we get 300 experience, which raises our attack. That probably would have been good in this last one. But we got more attack. We got ourselves a key. We can now move forward. And we can put the stone in. And that should give me full life, full magic, and another level. That's what you really want to do, is get one level on the boss so you can get another level at the end, and that's why we had to go back and get more experience. But we got through it, and now we have more magic, it looks like. Hooray, more magic. So we're at 566. And then we can get out of here and make it back to the world map, and this will seal off everything forever. So let's head out of here. We are on not a road. Wow, they still hit so hard. They still hit so hard. All right, well, I get a little bit of experience there, and no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, we'll head backwards then. Take you out, and yeah, the boomerangs will go on until forever. Because that's how boomerangs work. And gravity works. Once you throw a boomerang, it just keeps going and going and going. Alright, so this is how we backtrack. Some people like keeping that open. Very well. Can we go out this way? I'm not sure we can. No. I thought that was actually the way to go. What you actually just want to do is go to the left. Thought they were going to make it harder for me. I like going in there just because it resets the enemies. Alright. So, with that done, we can head back to the town of, what town is this again? The Harbor Town of Mido. All right, so I can get my heals. We have another palace down, another hard palace down. That one, I don't remember being as difficult as it was for me this time, but I mean, those enemies, and there's so many enemies that you can't defend from, like that. There's no other way for me to put it. They attack and you just have to dodge, and sometimes they can attack in ways that by dodging one you've already missed the next dodge, and so you're just kind of screwed. You're going to get hit no matter what. But we have gotten a heal. We got ourselves a raft, if you remember last time. That is what we tried to get, and we were able to get it. So let's head out. I'm going to drop another save because things have been going very poorly for me here. Now we can use our raft and head out to a whole new continent. We can go into this obvious place here where we can tackle you guys for, well, only when your eye is open and it's not necessarily worth it, but at the top here we can get a 200 experience bag and we can head out again. Really? What is... Excuse me. What is going on here? I'm just gonna leave. All right, we can make it to our next town. Here we can make it to Nabooru. Yeah, there's also a ferry around here, but I don't want to deal with the ferry. I can just heal here in town. And we can head into this building here where we can meet with boots. I could walk on the water. That sounds important. And I'll give you a lot of not important information here. It's weird we found the magic healer first. Normally you get the life healer. Oh, you're probably important. I am thirsty. There's a water fountain right here. Want to get some water? Is that the water you needed? Oh, sorry about that. You have water. Come to my house. And for water, we are able to get to the wise man. This is the simplest one yet. There was a fountain just like right over there. I'm thirsty. This is a solvable problem for you. This magic will make your sword shoot fire. And we get the jingle and we get fire. I believe that this works basically the same as, well, when you're full on, no, it is different. I was about to say, but like, I think of it as the same as when you're full on health and you can shoot those little swords out. It's kind of like that, except it's fire. Is that going to be useful? Probably. Can I drink from here? All right, what do you have to say? You're not in every town. Jump in a hole in the palace if you go. Okay. They just assume you know which palace they're talking about. Where is the life healer around here? Would have been faster to cast life. See a man in Darunia before the islands. Okay. You're different. The river devil eats those who are weak. I'm not weak. Anything else? 2. There's a different amount of dots every time? I think there was. I thought the first one only had 4. You are persistent. Find heart over ocean. I'm so confused. They're giving us clues, but they're not in full English. Remember that in Japanese, it's a lot easier to fit a lot of text on the screen. What do we have here? Welcome to Nabooru. Where is the life healer? I must have missed her. She must have been earlier on and I just didn't realize. Right, nothing there. You're just wandering. Screw it. I'm gonna cast life and then get the magic healed. Like, if you're not gonna play nice with me, I'm not gonna play nice with you. I think that is all that we can do. Oh, the guide tells me that I have to cast jump in order to talk to the bat. You don't have to do that. Okay, so we have made it to a new town. We made it through a new palace, or we made it to a new continent, made it through the palace. We will have to move on from here next time. That is going to do it for this part of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. I don't know how long this recording is going to end up, but I've been here for about 3 hours, so we're done here. My name is ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. I hope you laughed, I hope you learned, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.